Speaking of numbers, some new ones showing the Clinton campaign is in the red with more than $10 million in debt. Should that raise a red flag among voters? Well, Jessica Echard says yes, she is with Eagle Forum. Democratic strategist Julian Epstein disagrees. He is a Clinton supporter. Jessica, you say these are alarming.
Indeed, they are alarming, Neil, because if you can't trust Hillary Clinton to run her own campaign effectively, how are we going to be able to trust her to run our country, especially at a time of economic distress when so many people are strapped for cash?
All right, well, John McCain was strapped for cash for a while. John Kerry was strapped for cash for a while. Howard Dean was strapped for cash for a while. What do you make of that?
Well, when you look at John McCain now is doing much better financially, and it's not just the money numbers for Hillary Clinton. Every week there's a new scandal of a resigning staff member or some other thing that she claims that she has not known about. So I don't think that it's just the money issue, but that obviously is the biggest thing for her campaign right now going into this very important contest tomorrow.
Julian, is it?
I would say, with all due respect to Jessica, that it's not a very serious theory in politics. As you pointed out, Neil, John McCain had very severe financial difficulties. That didn't rule him out as what he became, which was the nominee. If Hillary Clinton wins big in Pennsylvania tomorrow, the money will come in. Democrats have been raising far more money than Republicans, which shows, I think everybody would agree, a greater excitement amongst the Democratic base and independent voters. So I think the notion that you can ascribe how she would run the country because she spent a lot of money and is close to the red at this point in the campaign is a silly theory on its face.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, the point you could mention is that, you know, like we do about the government, if it's so good at running its own books, why should it start handling other people's books? So there is something to be said of that.
Well, campaigns are very, Neil, campaigns are very, very different from the government. Campaigns go on emotion and energy. Governments are run by laws that deal with how you deal with things on budget and off budget. They're totally non-comparable entities.
I don't know. You deal with budget and off budget items in campaign. But I see your point, June. Jessica, to your point about what this means for Hillary Clinton down the road. Let's say she survives Pennsylvania, wins by a respectable amount, maybe not the blowout amount that people are envisioning, but she wins. Does this cash crunch, if it is a cash crunch, hurt her going forward?
Yes, it absolutely does, Neil, because this is double overtime in the Democratic primary. They are down to the wire, and Hillary Clinton is going to need to go up with ads, with various other campaign on the ground workers, different things that get people motivated in the next two contests if she's going to stay in it. Barack Obama has tons of cash. He's actually the one that's raising the most money for the Democratic Party. So she's definitely showing.
If these numbers, Julian, if these numbers come out as we suspect they might tomorrow, no one knows, and he's outspending her 5-1, he's not getting much for it, right?
Well, yeah, but if you have all the money to spend, you really don't matter.
Go ahead,
I think he's outspending her at least 3-1. But again, I don't think this is a very serious debate. I think that if she wins big, like after what happened in Ohio and Texas, the money will come in at very, very significant levels. If you want to have a conversation about money, I think the more important point here is that there is much more excitement for Democrats, not just in terms of turnout, but in terms of the money that both Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are raising. And that's the bigger story for November. That's the bigger story for the Democratic nominee, whoever the Democratic nominee is going to be. Okay. Not at this point in the race that Hillary Clinton has spent a lot of money because she's in a tough fight in Pennsylvania right now. That's
we thought we'd make it a segment. That's what we did. All right, but guys, I want to thank you both very much.
Thanks, Neil.
Thanks, Neil.